Oh no, a radio show host just exposed what's going on behind the scenes with Joe Biden, and it isn't good. But first, take a look at these polls right here. Kamala Harris on the Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris and Biden odds now has greater odds than Joe Biden of being president. If you look at the last 7-day history here of the betting odds, you can actually see the red line, which is Biden, falling below Harris. This is despite his insistence, his denial of his problems, which is pretty embarrassing. Now, when we also look at the just Democratic ticket, we can see Harris has a substantial lead over Biden here. And if you delete all these other odds for other replacements and add them over here to Kamala, you're well over or about 60% of a chance that you're getting a replacement. But these are just the betting odds. Who knows? Maybe people putting money where their mouth isn't going to be accurate. But what is interesting is in the swing states, as of July 5th, you did have Biden polling ahead in 2 swing states per a Bloomberg Morning Consult poll. That's Michigan and Wisconsin. But Trump with the lead of 5 points in Nevada, 3 in Arizona. Some of these are critical states here. Pennsylvania, 7. North Carolina, 3. Georgia, 1. Arizona, 7. These are pretty big numbers right here. And then they throw in Kennedy as an additional matchup. Look at this on July 4th. You didn't have red, white, and blue on July 4th. You just had red. All of the surveys on July 4th came in with substantial Trump leads. I mean, Montana, Trump versus Biden. I'm not sure why they're running that one. Particular swing state here, plus 20 for Trump. But even over here, the ones Biden was leading, where you had Michigan and Wisconsin. In another research poll here, Remington, shows that Trump is actually 6 points ahead in Wisconsin, 3 points ahead in Michigan, and slams the others as well. You don't have to go much further to July 2nd to just see a various slew of reports here on polling data, all red. Remember, this is Real Clear Politics. They're not sponsored of the channel. We just enjoy looking at them because, quite frankly, they consolidate all of these polls for us. Now, Joe Biden did go on a radio interview, and let's just say the host had a few insights in terms of how these interviews usually go. Let's take a listen to it right now.
Each were, you asked 4 questions, and maybe that's what you were allowed to ask by the campaign or the White House, but they were essentially the same questions, both what's at stake in the election, what he has to say about his debate performance, and what he would say to voters who think their vote doesn't matter or might sit this election out. Were those questions given to you by the White House, or did you have, or the campaign, or did you have to submit questions ahead of this interview?
The questions were sent to me for approval. I approved of them.
Okay, so the White House sent the questions to you ahead of the interview?
Yes.
Okay.
I got several questions, 8 of them, and the 4 that were chosen were the ones that I approved.
Okay. And the reason I ask is not a criticism of either view. It's just that if the White House is trying now to prove the vim, vigor, acuity of the president, I don't know how they do that by sending questions first before the interview so that the president knows what's coming.
Yeah. And that's the thing. The Biden camp has been trying to say, look, we've got a great interview coming out with George Stephanopoulos. We've got a rally coming up. We've got radio interviews coming up. You're going to see the strength of Biden. But how do you see the strength of Biden when, frankly, it's a scripted strength? It's not actually really a strength. It's a fugazi. It's not good. On top of that, there are now some risks that some Joe Biden fundraisers are not meeting the minimum number of money raised to actually be held. One of these being a potential Wisconsin and a Texas fundraiser event after his poor performance versus Donald Trump in the debate. Now, so remember how this works. Remember how I said after the debate, the Democrats are like, oh, between debate day and debate and Friday night, we raised $27 million. And then between debate day and Sunday, we raised 33. Okay, great. First of all, I don't want to hear from debate day. I want to hear from debate night over, right? We think most of the money came in debate day. But they did mention they had a fundraiser that raised about $3.3 million on Saturday. But remember, those fundraisers collect that money up front. Like, you don't get in the door until your wire's already cleared. So you've already sent your donation in probably well in advance of that debate. So it's not actually money you raise then, you're just recognizing it then. It's money you raised beforehand. And so this is something that basically proves what I'm saying here, because some of the potential Biden fundraising events in the coming weeks are in jeopardy. One of the reasons they're in jeopardy is because of the following. The campaign had hoped to raise $1 million from the event, but after the debate, campaign officials reset the event's goal to just $500,000, according to one person involved in arranging it. Even that proved to be more than Wisconsin donors were willing to give to Mr. Biden. Plans for the event are now off. So in other words, couldn't even raise $500,000 at a presidential fundraiser event in Wisconsin, a critical state for the president. This is very bad. It's not good at all. It's also not good that more and more Democrats are coming out against Joe Biden. This is pretty common. You're going to get this kind of stuff. You've got an NBC News reporter here tweeting on X. One House Democrat on President Biden's interview tonight. It made me sad, completely out of touch with reality and insulated from the truth. I'll be breaking my silence soon. This idea of people breaking their silence is becoming substantially popular. Look at this note here from a Punchbowl email. After the debate, and after you had one of the first Democrats come out to call for Joe Biden's withdrawal, this is Lloyd Doggett, a representative from Texas, a lot of folks thought that there would immediately be backlash against Joe Doggett for going against the party message. Listen to this. What jumped out to me from my conversations with House Democrats, as a reporter, right, was the lack of anger at Doggett. In ordinary circumstances, you'd expect an avalanche of criticism from his colleagues aimed at Doggett's public show of disunity. But there was none. Instead, Dems seemed resigned to the fact that more anti-Biden declarations would follow from their colleagues. It was a stunning admission that the president's standing amongst his own lawmakers had fallen drastically since the debate. We also hear a lot of fury at the White House from Democratic lawmakers. First, they hadn't been prioritized in Biden's outreach tour post-debate. Second, it seemed that Hunter Biden was playing a major role in convincing Biden to stay. Are you kidding me? Mr. Crack Addict, Hunter Biden? No! Sir, I need you to stay and do it for me, Dad. No. According to a Wall Street Journal poll, 86% of Democrats say they would vote for Biden, and down from 93 in February. That's bad. That is a 7 percentage point decline in Democrats being willing to vote for you. That's not good. And take a look at this. Front page of Politico, as of this morning, Angie Craig becomes the first battleground Democrat to call for Biden to withdraw. Minnesota lawmaker's statement on Saturday morning makes her the fifth House Democrat to call for Biden to step aside. I respectfully call on President Biden to step aside as the Democratic nominee for a second term and allow a new generation of leaders to step forward. Given what I saw and heard from the president during the last week in the debate in Atlanta, coupled with the lack of a forceful response from the president himself following the debate, I do not believe that the president can effectively campaign and win against Donald Trump. That's why I respectfully call on the president to step aside as the Democratic nominee for the second term. The problem with this is Joe Biden isn't going to see any of these letters. It's going to be one of those things where, like, the White House is going to get the mail or these updates, and they're just going to hit archive or throw the mail in the trash, and Biden will never actually see it. Now, to corroborate this radio interview story, the Times even put a piece out on this. Biden aides provided questions in advance for his radio interview. Come on, folks. Look, I go to interviews all the time. I just had an interview with Graham Stephan for his Iced Coffee Hour show. And I got some hard questions asked that came out of freaking nowhere. I go into an interview. I never give anybody questions that I'm going to ask when I interview them. Like when I asked Kathy Wood, Trump or Biden, and she answered. Just like I wasn't prepped for questions interview. That's because sometimes you might walk into a landmine, but at least, you're going to give your answer on the spot. And that's what America wants to see. America doesn't want to see that you're perfect. America doesn't want to see that everything you do is 100% excellent. America wants to see that it's truthful and transparent and righteous, that you can try your best even in a hard environment. But that's not what we're getting here. Take a look at this. The questions asked of President Biden by 2 radio interviewers this week were provided in advance by hosts. We already kind of saw the interview there. I want to see if there's a little bit more here. A spokeswoman for the Biden campaign said it was actually campaign aides, not White House officials, who sent the list of questions. Oh, okay, yeah, that doesn't make a lot of difference. Why does that matter? You're the spokeswoman for the Biden campaign. Who cares whether it was White House officials or aides? It was, you all are the boss. She says it is not uncommon for the campaign to share preferred topics, but added that campaign officials do not condition interviews on acceptance of these questions. Right, yes. You're going to tell the White House, F off, I'm not going to use your list of questions. Okay, right. Hosts are always free to ask questions they think would be best to inform their listeners. In addition to these interviews, the president also participated in a press gaggle yesterday, as well as an interview with ABC. Americans have several opportunities to see him unscripted. Have had. Yeah, and they're not good. I mean, even Gavin Newsom, good old Newsom, makes mistakes. But he's not, people aren't concerned that Newsom has the cognitive decline that Joe Biden has. So, he could be pitching Donald Trump here accidentally, and people will forgive him. I mean, people know that Newsom doesn't mean to say this about Trump. It's still funny to play anyway, because it's 12 seconds long, and we're talking about it.
We've experienced with this great American comeback. The man of integrity, honor, decency, and Donald Trump with an extraordinary, Joe Biden, man of decency.
That might have been a little bit hard to hear. It's a sort of a recording of a recording here, but basically he's talking about, we need to elect a man with decency and integrity and honor. Donald Trump. It's a funny clip, but obviously we know it's an oopsie-doopsies. So anyway, it's pretty clear that Joe Biden is in such massive denial that he needs to step down, that God Almighty himself apparently is going to have to come down to tell Joe Biden, you need to step down. I think we're going to get to that point. It seems like it's taking longer and longer for Joe Biden to realize it, which is sad because it just hurts the Democrats' opportunity to actually have a fair fight. It's kind of like you got a fight in an arena coming up, a boxing match, and you don't even know which fighter you're prepping yet. You just know that the fighter that you have on your team is incapable of winning the fight. And so you're like, yo, we need to replace you and we need to start prepping the other person. And the person that you know is not going to win the fight. No, I'm fine. It's bad. It's really, really bad. Anyway, that's some of the latest. We'll do a reaction video later to the George Stephanopoulos ABC interview. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you want more of these updates and consolidated updates on what's going on with politics or even finance, whatever you like. Subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye.
Not advertise these things that you told us here. I feel like nobody else knows about this.
We'll try a little advertising and see how it goes.
Congratulations, man. You have done so much. People love you. People look up to you.
Kevin Paffrath there, financial analyst and YouTuber. Meet Kevin. Always great to get your take.
Even though I'm a licensed financial advisor, licensed real estate broker, and becoming a stockbroker, this video is not personalized advice for you. It is not tax, legal, or otherwise personalized advice tailored to you. This video provides generalized perspective, information, and commentary. Any third-party content I show shall not be deemed endorsed by me. This video is not and shall never be deemed reasonably sufficient information for the purposes of evaluating a security or investment decision. Any links or promoted products are either paid affiliations or products or services we may benefit from. I also personally operate an actively managed ETF. I may personally hold or otherwise hold long or short positions in various securities, potentially including those mentioned in this video. However, I have no relationship to any issuer other than HouseHack, nor am I presently acting as a market maker. Make sure if you're considering investing in HouseHack to always read the PPM at househack.com.